How's it going, guys? I am live at the moment. I have 0 subscribers, so no one is going to watch this video. Um, I'm kind of making this video as like a kind of like a diary, I guess. Just to kind of go over some of the things that I've been kind of going through. Um, Today is day 21 of me not having any alcoholic beverages. Which is a very, very big deal for me. It's just, for me, it's been about 7 or 8 years where I've truly been, just drinking alcohol pretty much. I want to say, if not every day, every other day. There's been stints where I'll take 2 weeks off, maybe a week, 3 days here and there. But in the grand scheme of things, it really wasn't very long at all. Excuse me. And this time, 3 weeks ago, something kind of just really hit me, and just really made me think to myself, like, this is it. That this is, there's no more of doing this. I can't do this to myself. I was feeling fatigued. I was feeling anxious all the time, anxiety, all the common, things that come with alcoholism, or I think they call it AUD now, alcohol use disorder. Um, but just to go over some of the things that have been happening to me in the past 3 weeks, um, great things. Luckily for me, I had not developed a physical addiction to it. I think it was more of a physical habit, more to say like a smoker. Like you like to have the cigarette in your hand, and it's just that action that makes you keep going back and back for more. For me, I was really lucky. I just I don't have a physical addiction, so for me it was all mental. So I really needed to get a good understanding of that, and really, kind of give myself, some room to, um, you know, I guess just, you know, be normal, I guess, I think I had been, drinking abnormally for so long. Not drinking just, it felt like a weird thing, not to, go to work and come home and not to open up a beer, a bottle of wine, um, which was, typically my go-to things. Never really gotten into, hard liquor. The times that I have had hard liquor always ended bad. So, but, you know, in this past 3 weeks, I find myself, feeling a lot better. Getting quality sleep. I'm getting, you know, just having better social interactions with people, which for me is a big deal. I think that I felt that while I was drinking, I had this huge, burden on my shoulders, and I was living this lie, and I was keeping it from everybody, and I thought that I was the only one who knew. I'm sure, some people could smell it on me. I'm sure some people, had an idea that I was probably doing something extracurricular, with my nights, to be coming home, to be coming back to work the next day, agitated in the morning, not feeling the best, calling out and things like that. So that really felt the best to me, is to know that I didn't have something that I had to hide from somebody or some people, especially the people, that I see every single day. Um, Working out, more motivation to go to the gym. And I'm not saying that, going to the gym is, a part of sobriety, but it's helping me because, before, when I was younger, I want to say up to 18 or 19 years old, working out was very important to me. I was very active, played basketball, played football, did track, and I did a lot of different things that, kept me grounded and, kind of gave me some structure and discipline. It wasn't until I went to college where I discovered alcohol, the magical, the social drug. The thing that made me feel secure talking to girls, the thing that made me feel cool at the parties. The thing that made me feel invincible, per se. And then when you're 19, 20 years old and you're in shape and you're drinking and your confidence is through the roof. That's one thing, but you start getting older and a little fatter and a little slower and a little uglier, and things, alcohol just isn't, it's almost like it's not enough to kind of get your confidence above or back to where it was at least. So that part has been absolutely amazing for me, going to the gym, just staying, trying to get back into shape. I'm seeing results pretty quickly, which I enjoy. It's a good thing to know that I can bounce back still at this age at 32. I can still bounce back and really, I got something to look forward to. I know there's a hill to get over, but I don't think it's a big hill. Luckily. What else? Just my relationship with my fiance. That should be number one. Yes, of course. That should be number one. We've been together for 6 years, and of course, we've had ups and downs just like any other relationship. But the one thing that really kept, coming back was, my use of alcohol. When we first started dating, I'd say we both were problem drinkers. We used the first 3 years. Um, Either we had roommates or we were in our first tiny apartment, and we pretty much drank together as much as we possibly could. Anytime we went somewhere, anytime we did anything, we were drinking in excess, which caused, of course, a lot of arguments, a lot of fights, a lot of nights that, hard to remember. Um, and we always made up with the understanding of, okay, that wasn't us. That was drunk us, and so we were able to get over some of those situations. Um, when my fiance got to nursing school, she really stopped drinking, and then I kept on going. I didn't, for me it was like, well, why do I have to change? You're the one in nursing school, I'm not. Why should I stop drinking? So nursing school was a 2-year stint for her, and so she did pretty good on the drinking, and she would drink every now and then when she'd go out with friends. But when it came to, like, drinking inside, like when we're just sitting there watching a movie or whatever, she really wasn't doing that. And I don't think I noticed until, it was way too late. By that time, it really didn't matter, because what I was doing had become normal to her. Seeing me with a drink in my hand, and coming home and drinking and all those different things, that had become a norm for her. And I think she just kind of learned to deal with it and live with it. And even obnoxious, and I, had too much to drink, and I was playing music loud or staying up late. There were times where I know she was really, really frustrated, and probably felt like quitting. But I was so glad that she didn't. I'm glad that she stuck by my side. Granted, I'm only 3 weeks in, and I think that she can see a huge difference in me, and she's expressed how proud of me she is, which makes me feel great and makes me really want to keep going. It does feel good to know that someone truly wants the same things that you want for yourself for you. And I do want this for myself. I want to be sober. I want to be the best version of me I possibly can be. Just not for myself, but for others. And I think that you're taught to want to do things for yourself. Be strong. Do this for you. For me, I don't get very much gratification from that. I don't feel good. It doesn't burn a fire in me to just do it for me. I love helping others, and I love being there for others. So I naturally want to do something good for me, for others, because I know how much I can benefit them as a sober person rather than being this tired, lethargic, hungover, drunk guy. I know that I can truly, help people, when I'm at my best, when my energy levels are high, when my mind's firing off on all cylinders, when my body feels good, and I think that that's one of the things that really motivate me. We don't have kids, so in the future, if God willing, we do have children. I would like to be a sober dad. I would like to be a dad who teaches their kids, how to navigate through the world using their social skills that they naturally have and their natural abilities. And I don't want to show them that, dad drinks and dad's funny when he drinks, or dad's, goofy when he, cause I don't want them to think that's normal. That's not a normal thing. Um, Even though that's the way I grew up. And that's another story in the future, of course, because um, I think a lot of things that played, with my, addiction, did stem from my childhood. And, my family would probably tell you different. They'd probably tell you, oh, we were saints and, we didn't do anything, that our parents didn't do. And I think that was a problem. Finding out that, your parents had to go through the same thing that you went through. In my head, I used to always think, like, well, if you went through it, why would you put me through it, right? You know what it feels like. And it's almost like you just want someone else to feel what you felt. And to me, it's a little selfish, but hey, I understand now as an adult. My parents had me when they were young, and I can't imagine just the confusion and all the things they probably had to try to figure out in a short period of time to try to raise a child. And I do believe they did their best. There could have been some improvement in some areas, and unfortunately, for my mother, um, her addictions and her lifestyle did lead her to passing at an earlier age. So that's affected me as well. After she passed away, I kind of really just spiraled out of control with the drinking. And and not for nothing, and I know this doesn't mean much, but as a drinker, I was not a violent guy. I was never mean. I think I was blunt. I think I was obnoxious, to say the least, but I wouldn't say violent. I'd never, pick a fight with somebody, or start a problem with somebody, just because I was, inebriated. If anything, I was wanted to be around people. I just wanted to talk. And I think when people know you're talking just because you're drunk, that can be pretty annoying. I mean, I've encountered people, drunk talking to me and just thinking to myself, like, damn, is this guy going to shut up? Uh, it's just a part of it, I guess. But yeah, it's been 13 minutes in this video. This is my first video, kind of going over some of the stuff. This is some very um, private stuff for me. Like I said, alcoholism is something that I've hid it for a very long time. Um, and, you know, I think keeping this video is going to kind of let me go back and, really, um, just really hear myself say these things. It's going to keep me going, and hopefully, make it through this. Maybe I'll get a few followers through this journey. If I do, great. If I don't, that's okay. This is for me. If someone sees it and they kind of relate to it and it helps them, awesome. Um, yeah. All right, my first video. Thanks.